Hello and welcome back to Build Propulsion Lab, live here from Devoxx France 2024 in Paris. And my next guest is Lætitia Avrot. Welcome.
Thank you.
I asked you what your talk is about, and you told me something very interesting, that you actually decided to learn advanced SQL because of advent of code.
No, it's the other way around.
Okay,
So
tell me everything about it.
I knew about the Advent of Code Challenge because it's very well known in the
Yep.
geeky nerd
Of
sphere.
course.
And I knew SQL is a Turing complete language. So I say, normally I should be able to solve the challenges using only SQL.
Oh, wow. This, you know what? Advent of code is a challenge by itself. Even
Yes.
if you choose, like traditional languages, like you do it in Java or you do it in Python, and doing it in JavaScript, wow, that's like in SQL.
SQL, yeah.
This is like so much more challenging. For let's start something for people who don't know, what is Advent of code.
So Advent of Code is a challenge that takes place between the 1st and the 25th of December, when we have to solve each day 2 challenges. The second one is unlocked once we have done the first one. And you don't have to do that on December, because December, I know, is very busy, in particular in IT. So you have, whenever you want to solve it, you can solve it months, years after, because it's always visible on the website. So you don't push pressure of yourself. I know that one of the challenges in 2022, it took me 15 days to complete it, because it was kind of creating a Tetris in SQL. That was hard.
All right, we'll get to the SQL part in a second, but so it's every day there is 2 new challenges.
Yes.
And then they measured on
The time you take
The
to
time.
complete them, and then there's a ranking. The challenges becomes more and more hard, very, very hard at the
every
end.
day. Yeah.
The first ones are quite easy. She's 15 now, but she was 14 at the time, did 4, so in Python. So it's available to children too. And if you want to begin a new language, why not trying the first challenges? The next ones won't be so
And
taxing.
from my experience, a lot of people do it. I tried it myself a couple of years ago, and you basically start and it looks easy, and you do it for like the first week, first 10 days, maybe first 2 weeks, and then most of the people just give up because it becomes too hard. And now you kind of took it to extreme, doing it in SQL. Okay. I mean, I'm not surprised that Devoxx wanted your talk. This is fascinating. So, but how do you even do it? Why would you do it? Like, tell me everything.
So first, I do it because I'm a Postgres expert. I know some things about SQL, and I wanted to go deeper. My problem is, in my day-to-day job, I have no production. I'm not a developer, so there's no real use case where I can improve my SQL. So I wanted to improve it, and it seems like a fun way of doing it.
Okay, so but no one thought that someone is going to do it, right? That the authors of the challenge, that I don't think it occurred to them to cater towards something like that. How does it map? Is it even possible? Is it even doable?
So from pure theory, it is possible because SQL is Turing complete. Also, I had several friends in the Postgres communities that were already doing it in SQL. Some different rules. We have some personal rules of how we will solve it. The author of Advent of Code says that we are crazy. He said it on Twitter last year. He said it the year before. But it's all about having fun. So if I didn't manage all the stars in 2022, I managed. I did more than the half of the stars. And I'm still happy with myself because
Oh, absolutely.
it was hard.
That's a tremendous achievement. So tell me, the ones that you didn't solve, Was it because it was just impossible because it requires, I don't know, like a user interface, or was it like why would you give up?
There's no impossible challenge, but there are some that I solve in a way that does not perform that way, that my laptop was running for 3 days and I still hadn't the answer and was not able to make it run faster. So that blocked me for some changes, and also some are very difficult to understand. And the problem with SQL is you don't have to explain to the computer how to do things. You have to explain what you want, which is way more difficult than explaining how to do things.
Yeah, no, this is really fascinating. So, is it something that you would recommend for people to get better with SQL, or is it like really extreme for the crazy people among us?
So I learned a lot, but I would recommend it first for people who want to have fun. And I said it during my talk. If it's not fun, stop it. You have your free time, use it for something that is fun for you. That's great. I still learned a lot of things that I didn't know, like the filter clause that allows you to filter on an aggregate in standard SQL. I didn't know how to use that. I did a lot of practice with recursive CTEs, commentable expressions, that I know how to use, but as I don't use them on a daily basis, I have to it takes me a lot of thinking to use recursive cities. But a part of that, I really did it because it was fun, not to learn. That was not my first attempt.
This is fascinating. This is really like mind blowing. I would have caught in SQL. That's something that you don't meet every day. Thank you very much for coming.
You're welcome.
It was a pleasure, and you all stay tuned for more exciting and unusual and surprising episodes of the Build Proportion Lab here at DevNext and Devoxx France 2024.